The Billy Spoke fam. What is going on, my people? I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is having a blessed Sunday on this seventh day. The seventh number is what? Completion. Most High rose you up from your sleep, and trust me, you better give him praise because he didn't have to put us on the list of the ones he chose to rose. All right, my people. Now let's get right into today's. I want to call this a talk through. This is not a breakdown, a typical breakdown, but I am going to be breaking a few things down, but I just want to speak real and brutally honest to you, my people. Where do I start? This photo that I have right here, this YouTube logo, this YouTube symbol. I've been seeing a lot of things, and my people, I know y'all see it as well. There's a lot of division within the black family in real life and on the things that they show us within the entertainment industry. What is YouTube, my people? YouTube is still a part of social media. YouTube is an application where you can come watch knowledgeable things, or you can watch things that will hinder and stunt your spiritual growth, the inner work that you're supposed to do on your own and with the Most High. Hear me out, my people. I'm not saying you can't come on YouTube and look for advice, but I would honestly rather you, my people, just my opinion, go to the Most High, go to the biblical scripture. Those things, trust me, will help you. Y'all think I've been away this long because I just wanted to be away and not put content out for you, my people? I've had to do a lot of spiritual work. I have to be whole before I can put videos out for y'all. So, and I want to say that real quick. I have some other videos where I'm telling y'all I'm coming back. Thank y'all and thanking y'all for riding it out with me. But this is going to be the first one because this topic has been on my heart because I've been seeing a lot of it. The separation of the black family is a powers that be agenda. It really is. And I had a conversation with one of my best friends the other night, and we both were saying how we are and we have to start being careful what we watch, because though you can let it get in your subconscious, even certain things that we don't think will bother us. That's why negativity, things that will separate you from your family, from your significant other, even when you have a good relationship. Because I still believe there's people out here, especially we black melanated kings and queens, that there's good marriages out here. People who don't tolerate infidelity, cheating, someone else coming into your bedroom, things that are being promoted within the black community by millennials. These things aren't helping us on this powers that be ran app. I've said already, YouTube is a powers that be ran app. The algorithm is not controlled by anybody of melanin complexion. We black people, it's pushed by people who would never really want to see us win. That's why when I come on here, I don't say nobody's allegedly. No, baby, because I know what I'm talking about, and my other black kings and queens know exactly what I speak on, and they feel me. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And that's another thing too, that this YouTube powers that be ran app, it's having a lot of us have this victimized attitude, this woe is me personality, like we've never made any mistakes before. It's causing us to have an unforgiving heart. We know what the Most High says about having an unforgiving heart. I understand sometimes people may cross you, but my people, all that we have been through, our ancestors, and what we're still going through today, y'all think that that's not what the master wants? To separate the black family, because the more divided we are, the more money goes into their pockets. The more you divide the black man and the black woman, the more they will run to the other races outside of the black people. Feel me, understand it, okay? This one app lately, people, I've just been seeing people talking about toxic parents, cut off your parent, go no contact with your parents. And I'm going to say this, I don't agree with that at all. And so one may say, but you never know what somebody went through in their childhood. I get it. But my people, we're not perfect. I'm going to get into that in a second. We cannot let others, especially these videos that people are putting out, influence us. That's why I tell y'all, be careful with worshiping these celebrities because they work with the powers that be, right? But y'all wouldn't believe me if I told y'all YouTube influencers work with the master and the powers that be as well, getting money under the table to poison the black community. Confuse you. Man, these rabbit holes are getting very deep out here in this spiritual warfare. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook are now filled with powers that be agendas. These are now portaled, artificial intelligence ran apps. One of the most precious gifts to earth is the black woman, because what? The black woman can carry another black life. The black woman's hands have the softest touch. It's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, cringy to see how ungrateful we're being to the black woman, how she's looked at as just another sex object. It baffles me, my people, and I'm just be honest because I don't want to keep repeating myself. I don't care what you feel like your mother has done to you. And I'm not speaking to the ones who didn't grow up with a mother, whose mother went on during their childhood. That's not who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the ones who are out here promoting this powers that be agenda. I think about all the sacrifices black women make for their children, for us to have a good education, for us to have anything we need, anything we want, for us to have food on the table, clothes on our back, shoes to walk in, things beyond that, being there emotionally for us. And I understand mothers are not perfect, my people. We have to realize that they have their shortcomings too. They carry us, right? So that means they're carrying another human being. They have feelings too. They make mistakes as well, as long as they're on their motherhood journey. It's not easy. So it's time that we stop making them feel like they're bad mothers because they had a few shortcomings. When we do something wrong, we want them to forgive us. We're so quick to hold a grudge against the black woman who did everything in her power to make sure that we were good. Now that she's older, we want to say we're going to neglect her? Oh no. Not on my watch, my people. We could never do that to the black woman, especially all that she did for us during the slave days, the biblical days. We have to start remembering where and who we come from and where we come through. We come through the womb man, the woman. The black woman is nothing but a beautiful rose. From the moment she becomes a mother, from the moment she finds out there's a seed growing inside of her, her life is changing. And I know most people, I don't know everybody's story, but come on, my people, we cannot keep letting the powers that be and the devil, this is literally the devil working to separate us, my people. The black woman is the most beautiful rose. She blooms as she gets older, grows again into motherhood from the shortcomings, the mistakes, watching her baby graduate elementary school, middle school, high school, college, things that, you know, how we feel like they're hard on us. But now when we get to adulthood, we're like, no, she was right. She just wanted the best for me. That's all. And I'm showing this photo right here of a black beautiful woman holding her baby girl. Daughters, my sisters, let's give our black mothers the respect that she deserves. Even the fellas, I'm speaking for us as well. Let's give our mothers the respect that she deserves. Even if you didn't have her and she's still living, still be grateful that she gave you that life. Because I mind my business. I'm never going to tell a woman what to do with her body, ever, because you didn't have to be here by her choice or the choice of the Most High. Remember that. So the ungratefulness, it needs to stop. To my beautiful black women, the sisters who make this world go round, I thank you. Thank you for all you've done, all you've sacrificed for us to be here, for us to be the women, the men who we are today. We wouldn't be who we are today without the black woman. The black father is the epitome of strength. He's the provider. He's the one who keeps the household going, along with the black mother. But we know the black man is the backbone to the family. The reason why things continue to get done, because he can't slack. Because if the black man slacks, his children will go without. Shout out to the husbands, the black husbands. Shout out to the black men who are still courting our black sisters, the black men who knows that the black woman is sacrificing everything to make sure that he and her children are happy. And for us to say that we will cut off the black father, we have the nerve to say we're going to cut off the black father after everything he's done for us with both of his hands, building this country for us to walk on. And the nerve of us to say, let's cut him off because the internet is telling you he's toxic, when all in reality, he's just not perfect. He doesn't know how to break the generational cycle. That's why we people, if we're going to be on this internet, the powers that be ran internet, let's create content that at least will unify us, that won't divide us with amongst one another in the black community. It's time, my people, as adults, we stop using the excuse, my parents weren't there, they didn't do this for me, they didn't do that for me. It's plenty of things, my people. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I'm creating content, when I'm creating business plans, doing my homework for school, those are things that make me happy. And one may say, how does doing homework make you happy? 1, I'm a nerd. 2, I like studying, I love knowledge. 3, because it's productive. It doesn't have me in a state of always whining, always complaining, always victimizing myself and putting the blame on my parents when there's other things out here for me to focus on. Our focus is on the wrong thing. That's why I said in the beginning, be careful what you're watching. Be careful who you're worshiping, because they will have you make a decision, and before you know it, you will regret it. Going back to the generational curses, a lot of our parents were born to parents who had to grow up and be raised by parents who were a part of the Jim Crow days, the Jim Crow laws. So they were very stressed out. And I know, my people, it's not fair that a lot of times our parents and grandparents take that out on us, but it's time that's why I break down slavery. I'm always bringing it up because it affects us to this day, but it is time that we understand it again, break it down and break the chain of it. We cannot expect them to do anything because they were programmed to be that way. They were programmed to be always stressed out. They were programmed to keep procreating children and not be able to take care of them. My people, pay attention to our history. All right? So if we're going to do anything, we need to be grateful, because I can't say this enough. Though I come from, getting a little personal, I come from a broken home. My parents weren't together, but both of them raised me. Both of them were in my lives and gave me great game, great knowledge. So I could never go around saying, oh, my mama didn't do this. Oh, my daddy didn't do that. Oh, I didn't grow up with a daddy in the household. No, no, no. I have everything I needed, everything I wanted. And still to this day, my parents at 28 years old would give me the shirts off their back so that I would be good. And I know that there's other black parents out here who would do the same for y'all. So again, be grateful. We cannot let the internet, the devil, the powers that be, these men who are running YouTube, destroy what our family has tried to build. And what is that? Unity. So shout out to you, the black fathers, the black husbands, the black single fathers, because we know it's men out here who have to step up as well for doing what you have to do to raise your seeds, not neglecting them. We see you, and you haven't neglected us all of our lives. They don't deserve to be cut off at any point. Getting into the YouTube no contact algorithm, I've screenshotted a lot of these videos because, my people, these videos have a lot of views on it. Anyone who watches my content may not agree with anything that I say, but I always tell y'all, I'm not going to be participating in, playing in, and promoting certain things that I feel are going to break down and tear our community apart even more. The black community. No. I'm never going to do that a day in my life. I've learned my lesson from trying to be divided from my people instead of coming together in unity, in love, in praise, things that they did in the biblical days. It seems like we getting along is becoming taboo. It's becoming a thing that is going to be exempt. And now the promotion of cutting off your family is going to be a thing. This should also be private and sacred. Anything that you go through with your mother and your father, your family, should be kept behind closed doors. I've learned my lesson with always wanting to share anything on social media. I'm guilty of it, but you see, I've learned my lesson with it now because one, I don't want anything to come back and bite me and haunt me or say anything that I may regret. We only get two parents, and this earthly realm, we're not here for that long, my people. So that's why I'm coming and speaking passionately about this beautiful young sister. Look at these spiritual numbers on her video. 444. 444 views on it. How many people, this is how many views are on it. So how many people have taken this in, my people? And now they're going to look at this as good advice. And I understand sometimes things can be overbearing, but again, you better go to God and ask God, what should I do? I know these people brought me into this earth. So how can I learn how to handle them with grace, with respect? The trauma of Black parenting and why we are raising dysfunctional humans. The problem with Black parenting. There's almost 5,000 views on this video. And 2 years ago, my people, it's not that long ago. Anybody can put whatever they want on their channel. I'm not here to tell my sisters what to do, but you have to be careful. Your family still has feelings. Sometimes, you know something I learned, my people? Sometimes our elders don't realize they're hurting our feelings. And when I think back to all the advice my mother, my father, and my grandmother and grandfather have given me, it may not have came off or came across the way that I would want it to sound, peachy and lovey, but it still was good advice because, again, what they don't know, they didn't necessarily know how to be talked to. So they are only doing what they know, but they're doing it out of love. Their mistakes are out of love. And we just have so many of our sisters promoting this. How I said before that we don't control this algorithm. Though we can have videos as Black people, Black melanated kings and queens, videos that'll go viral. But you see these big numbers that are on these videos, and if you go to these comments and read them, it's heartbreaking the things that people will say about their mothers, their fathers, their grandmothers. That should be personal, my people. You shouldn't say hurtful things on the internet about your family. The algorithm, again, they push these things toward us because they know we will watch anything and not really understand who is promoting it and where it's coming from. Now, this sister right here, I don't believe she works with the powers that be. No, that's not what I'm saying. But again, the algorithm is not in our hands. So they know if we keep pushing trauma, and drama to the Black community, that they eventually will fall for it. And the more we break them up, again, the more money, the more power we will have over the Black community. Toxic Parents Survival Guide. How to survive toxic parents. Tips, advice, and coping featuring word life and the real talk. You see this sister right here. She has 10,000 views. Children have access to this powers that be internet. A survival guide on how to survive toxic parents. My people, hear me out for a second. A survival guide for people should be how to hold on to your money, though we know money isn't ours. How to hold on to it so you can minimize that struggle. How to survive by going to get a college education, a degree, bachelor's, master's, doctorate, something, a trade. Though, again, everybody's content isn't going to be the same. Everybody has a right to tell their story. I'm not here to tell nobody when to tell their story, but you have to remember we're still a community. We still have to stick together. And though I still come and I break down different people who I see quote unquote, not even quote unquote, who I see cooning in the industry, but still, there's still a level of camaraderie that we need to have with one another, and separating children from their families when children need to learn how to have a forgiving heart because, again, their parents are only doing what they were taught. That's all that is, my people. And if you go and ask these children, has your parents ever forgiven you? Has your parents let you slide on many things? Or have you kept secrets that we think are secrets, but our parents already know about it because we came from them? They have been children before. 10,000 views on a survival guide on how to cut off a black parent. No. We're not going to watch these things and have children confused. And especially if a child wants to have a forgiving heart, let them have a forgiving heart. We don't need any more division between children. Over 100,000 views on this same sister's video, another video of hers, black parents. Here's why your kids hate you. Do y'all know what the Bible says about that word hate? And for a child to hate their parents. And before people say, I know children get abused in the black household, I get it, but I'm not speaking on that. And even in that sense, they only know what they are taught. Hatred. You want them to hate the people who brought them into this earth when our parents had to deal with racism, prejudice, struggle. They didn't have the same tools and the resources and access like we do now. The technology, though I have my, cons with technology. Technology is going to take us to many different heights and levels of success, my people. And we cannot let children hate their parents because they only want the best for us. This young lady right here, a beautiful black sister, Real Talk with Yanni. I've seen her come up on my algorithm a few times. I haven't really watched anything of hers. The title of her video, Young Girl Calls Out Black Parents for Causing Their Own Children's Trauma. You are not on my level. I'ma say this. If a child told their parent, you're not on my level, how disrespectful can a child be? How ungrateful. To me, my people, like I said, I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but I get it. Children go through different things, but we have to remember who is raising us. They're doing the best that they can. We have no room to judge anybody, especially if we don't have children of our own at all. Nobody is perfect. God is the only one who can give perfection. Cutting my narcissistic, toxic mother off. My people, I did a video months ago on this topic, narcissism, how it's a powers that be agenda. It's a powers that be type of programming that they are pushing to the black community, and none of us in the black community have caught on. I do not use a lot of words like gaslit, red flags and green flags and all of this narcissism. It's a lot of words and terminology that is powers that be programming, that are, excuse my grammatical errors, that are powers that be programming. You better start realizing, my people, what is being pushed on this internet. And speaking of narcissism, I want to show y'all this brother right here who is promoting the term narcissism. This brother goes by the name of Lee Hammock. That's his given name. And his content is a self-aware narcissist. I'm going to say this, my people. This sounds very sinister. And in the video that I broke down with that Dr. Ramani, who talks about narcissism, and I proved to y'all that she plays in the powers that be playground, the devil's playground. She works with them. And it's sad to say that this brother does the exact same thing. And he's calling himself a narcissist. First off, again, playing in the agenda. And also, too, he's also promoting what? The cutoff agenda. Here you see his YouTube thumbnail, going no contact with the narcissistic parent. He's trying to give advice, but yet he's calling himself a narcissist. What do you see in his photo? The black, the white, and the blue, all Freemasonic colors. We see this. And what do I always tell y'all? The red, it stands for what? Blood. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if he gives up some blood soon, because if you want to play in this YouTube devil's playground, trust and believe, you still have to give it up. It doesn't only go for the praised, I guess, quote unquote, celebrities that's on TV. Now, these YouTube influencers are making blood sacrifices as well. Yes, they are. I want to point something else out to y'all because I wasn't going to do that much digging on him, but I came across this video of his wife. And I was like, see, this is also confirmation that he's playing in the powers that be agenda. And take a look at who his wife is. As I stated before, my people, I wasn't doing extensive digging on him. When I saw this, what have I been telling y'all? When they are married, it's a lot of things that go into when they marry white women. One, it's a form of coonery. You're trying to escape your history because you're now thinking, oh, the black sister is too hard to bear. The black woman is too much to deal with. TV, television has our black sisters looking like sexual beings, like they're aggressive. And I'm here to deflect that. No. Our sisters are kind-hearted, warm-hearted, beautiful. The black woman has protected me many of times, stood up for me. I'ma just keep it real for a second, more than my black brothers have ever stood up for me. That's why I ride for my sisters. That's why I don't like when my brothers want to run to the white master's daughter to marry her, acting like my sisters are nothing. But I'm going to get off of that for a second. This is why I tell y'all too, be careful who you worship. Be careful who you're going to get mental illness from. This brother, so the same brother trying to give we people in the black community advice on how to deal with narcissism. He's a self-diagnosed he said he's been diagnosed with the narcissistic personality. He's now married to the master's daughter. That's how I know that this is an agenda. And he's now procreated with her. And when you procreate with the master's daughter, if something happens to him, when she decides she's ready to divorce him or sacrifice him, all that money is going to go to her, and her white family are going to be taken care of, is going to be taken care of. We know this. We know this has been happening since slavery. And nobody is seeing the agendas that YouTube is pushing in front of our brothers, in front of our sisters, we the people. So the same brother, Lee Hammock, wants us to take advice from him. I have this screenshot from the website Quora. I want to read this for a second. Is there an agenda pushing interracial couples, specifically white women with black men? Every time I see a commercial now, it seems to be the norm. I don't see any other couple nearly as often as I see this combo. Is it just me? And most of the comments are agreeing. So my people, we have to wake up to this agenda that television, the Jewish men who run these stations are pushing. Where are the sisters? Where are the brothers? And you keep seeing these colors show up around him, right? We see the agenda again right beside him, the red, the black. Come on, y'all. Wake up. We cannot take advice from brothers who are going to be cooning out here. What advice could he give us? What more could he tell us? He's leading us down the wrong path. So this is the same brother telling people to cut off their family. Don't you see why? So you can run to the master's family. Latasha Scott and Tamika Scott, two beautiful black sisters, two beautiful black mothers, wives, women who could sing their butts off, are now fighting. The show SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, which premiered in March. I will have some breakdowns coming on that, so be on the lookout for that, my people. But I want to touch on this because the powers that be, there's a lot of satanic spiritual work being done in the spirit realm, breaking up families. Fighting. These two sisters are fighting over money, when money is a ritualistic thing that we black people never created. And knowing the history of who controls Hollywood, who controls these shows, money is now breaking up this family, which is not cool. And you see that people on YouTube, I want to go to one of Tamika's videos where they're talking about Tasha, and it's breaking my heart, my people, because they don't realize family. Even though I understand, like I said before, sometimes even family will cross you. But over this and publicly, this is stuff that should be handled behind closed doors. That's why I say these powers that be agendas showing us that, oh yeah, when family cross you, expose it. No. Handle it between the Most High and yourself. Keep it sacred. Keep it safe. So that way, no one would be able to pass judgment on your family, especially your sister, somebody you grew up with, somebody who was there when nobody was there. These two sisters, Miss Latasha Scott and Miss Tamika Scott, this is a deeper rabbit hole that I want to get into on another video. I'm not going to go too deep into it on this video, but I just wanted to show y'all how, again, the powers that be are pushing the agenda of breaking up the black family, not only with cutting off your parents, but even between two beautiful sisters. Stay woke, my people. Beautiful sister, actress and reality TV star Kenya Moore. The reason why I wanted to come show Kenya Moore, and before I even get into her, she has a rabbit hole of her own. I'll break that down another day. That's a video and topic for another day. This beautiful sister right here. If you know her story, or if you've even heard an inkling about her story, her mother, she and her mother never had a relationship. When I've watched interviews and heard Kenya speak about her mother, she always gets emotional and tears up when she speaks about her. And that's how I know. I'm like, no. She's telling the truth about this part of her life. And the reason why I'm speaking on her is because we are in the era, again, what's this whole video about? About not cutting off your parents, about YouTube and therapists and a lot of people promoting cut off your parents. But this beautiful woman right here was raised without one of her parents, her mother. Her mother didn't want anything to do with her. Though this is her personal business, I still want to say, and I'm bringing it because it really makes me grateful that my mother has always been there when Kenya has longed for a relationship, that mother-daughter relationship that a lot of girls long for, or a lot of girls have, and they grow into adulthood and end up having with their mothers. It's a beautiful thing to have your mother in your adulthood and still have her support you in any and every way that she can. When I look at Kenya's story, it really chokes me up as well, because I just couldn't imagine my mother throwing me away like I didn't exist, like she didn't carry me, bear me, give me life, which is beautiful, and act like I'm just invisible. That has to be one of the most haunting, hurtful things that a mother could do to her child, especially her daughter. I'll get into Kenya in another breakdown, my people. My people, let's be grateful. Let's be grateful that a lot of us, especially in the black community, that we have our mothers and our fathers, that they were there. No matter what mistakes they made, no matter what they've said, no matter what they've done, none of us are perfect. Concluding this video, to we, the black family, the black mother, the black father, the black daughter, the black son, please let us stay together, okay? We are all we have during these times. I'm going to bring this up again. During slavery, we are all we had. During hard times, after slavery, who did we run to? Our mothers and our fathers. The Most High blessed you with a mother and a father. Forgive and let the past be in the past, and let's start working towards a better future, because tomorrow is never promised to any of us, okay? And you do not want to do anything, make a harsh, rash, or irrational decision that you will regret for the rest of your life. All right, my people, I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown. I will be back again, okay? Love y'all till the next rising.